Some women are so unusually beautiful that they redefine what we call beauty in general. When most women are hiding behind tons of makeup to look beautiful, these incredible women embrace who they are and they do it with grace. There's nothing more beautiful and elegant than accepting who you are with your signature features that make you unique. From unique appearances to unique characters, here are the most unbelievable women in the world. Harnam Kaur. Men look hot with a full face of beard, but when a woman has it, it's not exactly the same. The first look at Harnam Kaur may leave you seriously confused. She is a beautiful woman with a full face of beard. She made the Guinness World Records 2017 for being the youngest female with a full face of beard. She was 24 years and 282 days when she made the record. She suffers from polycystic ovary syndrome, which causes excessive hair growth around her face. There are many millions of people around the world that suffer from the condition. Now, she works towards building body positivity and self-acceptance in women. She sometimes gets very frustrated by the offensive and personal questions regarding why she has facial, and sometimes even comes up with the savage responses like, well, why your dad has a beard? Harnam continues her journey towards body positivity at full speed. Malgorzata. Malgorzata Kulczyk from London is the real-life Rapunzel. Her hair is so long she can literally make a rope out of it to escape from the High Castle Tower. She is naturally blonde with 5 feet 2 inches of hair. She had her last haircut 5 years ago, and since then the only thing that she is doing to her hair is applying a homemade hair serum. It's a blend of oils that she applies before showering. Apart from keeping her hair nice and healthy, it also gives it a red tint. The interesting fact is, many men have fallen in love with her because of her hair, and why won't they? Her hair is so beautiful, impressive, and feminine. Her amazing hair has made her one of the most famous people in the world of beauty. Macy Kieran. 17-year-old Macy Kieran is living the dream of literally every woman on earth, having incredibly long legs. She is 6 feet 10 inches with left and right legs measuring 135.267 centimeters and 134.3 centimeters. She has the longest legs in the world that take up to 60% of her body weight. Her long legs secure her a place in Guinness World Records. Macy comes from a family where everyone is tall, but not nearly as much as her. Apart from looking awesome, her legs have given her another perk. She is the best player on her school's volleyball team. But having such long legs comes with some difficulty as well, such as having a hard time going through certain doors or fitting into certain cars. She aspires to become the world's tallest model and to inspire other tall women to love themselves and their bodies as they are. Tina Earls. The woman you see on the screen is Tina Earls, and as you've guessed already, there is something very unusual about her face. She has no nose. She lost it to a battle with nasal cancer for 5 years. Apart from having no nose, Tina lives life like any other woman. She is a mother and a wife with unbelievable self-confidence. She now advocates self-acceptance just like she gracefully accepted herself. She even puts a full face of makeup on every day, as she says it makes her feel put together, and she enjoys the process of putting on makeup itself. When it comes to feeling good about life no matter what, this woman is a queen. Her optimism is almost contagious, even in the darkest moments. As she puts it, "Girl, let's put on our lipstick and handle this day." Tina is one of the people that are truly awesome. Simone Williams. While some people have long hair, some have incredibly wide hair. We're talking about the afro, one of the greatest haircuts anyone can rock. No matter how many afros you've seen in life, I guarantee you have not seen anyone like this. The owner of this gorgeous afro is Simone Williams from Brooklyn, New York. She has the world record for the largest afro in the world. The afro is 20.5 centimeters tall, 22.5 centimeters wide, and 1.48 meters in circumference. She always had voluminous natural hair, which inspired her to go for the world record. She also got inspired by a previous record holder, Avon Douglas, who held the record for 8 long years. You're probably thinking this style of hair must be super high maintenance and comes with a hefty salon cost. But the truth is, Simone doesn't visit the salon at all. She only does so to measure her hair for official records. She takes care of her gorgeous hair by herself by applying hair moisturizer and olive oil gel before she twists her hair into 8 small twists. Then she just lets it air dry and voila, you've got the world's biggest afro. Could you rock an afro like that? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Nayakim Gatwitch. Some people are white, while some are black, and then some are really, really black. Meet Nayakim Gatwitch, who is a woman you won't believe actually exists. Her pitch black complexion may seem like Photoshop, but I can assure you it's not. Believe it or not, the Queen of the Dark has been bullied all throughout her teenage years by others, and cried herself to sleep because she thought she wasn't pretty enough. Her life got over once she shared the story of one of her Uber interactions on Instagram. The driver asked if she would bleach her skin for $10,000. Obviously, Nayakim laughed it off. Now the model's Instagram account is filled with her breathtaking photos and fierce captions, which has 260,000+ followers. She has challenged the American beauty standards in the strongest way possible. Nayakim said even though she spent most of her childhood among lighter-skinned people in Ethiopia and Kenya, she never faced racism like she did when she moved to America. Look at her now. She is one of the most successful models in the world, and each photo is a challenge toward the long-lasting racism in America. Slick Woods. Simone Thompson is another model with a rather unusual appearance. She is known for her tooth gap and shaved head look. Commonly known as Slick Woods, she was discovered by another LA model, Ash Steinmetz. She has one heck of an eye for talent and potential because the moment she introduced Simone to photographer Dave Meshegain, the industry went crazy over her. The picture she took ended up in Kanye West Yeezy Season 2 lookbook. Since then, she got featured in Calvin Klein and Marc Jacobs campaigns and walked for Fendi and Fenty shows. Simone also appeared on the cover of ID Magazine's Creativity issue alongside Adwoa Aboa and numerous editorials for various international editions of Vogue. The model has a social media following of over 900,000, so to say her career is going well would be an understatement. Her rebellious look took her way far more than the conventional beauty standards ever could. Miriam AlBalushi. How many pets a person can have at best? 5? 10? How about 480 cats and 12 dogs? Yes, you heard that right. In the house of Miriam AlBalushi in Muscat, Oman, there live so many cats and dogs that it looks like a farm at this point. When she hands the animal friends their food, they all compete for her attention, and it's a sight to see. In an interview she gave with the local Al Shabiba radio, she revealed that it costs her about 3,000 Omani royals every month to feed the cats and clean up after them. Miriam became famous after the story of her infinite number of pets got on the media. One of the donors even paid 10,000 Omani royals to help her raise the pets. When asked why she has so many pets, she simply said pets lift her mood better than humans do, and they are also a better company. We couldn't agree more. Danielle Amaral. Some women have so much perseverance and courage that you won't believe they actually exist. One of them is Danielle Amaral. This famous YouTuber lost both her arms in a tractor accident when she was only 4 years old. She was in a coma for 11 days and was admitted to the hospital for 50. That couldn't stop Danny from being brighter than ever tough. She is the living example that you can overcome any difficulty with the right amount of courage and patience. She now gives lectures in many countries sharing her story of how she replaced her hands with legs. Her accident couldn't bring her down. She is happily married living in Portugal and lives life as normal as ever. Danny's YouTube channel has more than 447,000 followers. You can follow her as well as to get your daily dose of motivation, and you can also hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to get your daily dose of entertainment and crazy facts. Mila Povoroznayuk. If you run into Mila Povoroznayuk on the streets, you might get confused that you have time traveled into the 19th century. When most women are busy following modern beauty and fashion trends, she stood up by dressing according to elegant 19th century fashion. Mila is known among her fans and admirers as your sunny flowers. She spends hours getting dressed every day in long vintage dresses, corsets, puffed blouses, elegant top hats and footwear, intricate accessories, hairstyle, and makeup. She's practically a living representation of the 19th century, and we are here for it. Mila even makes her own vintage-style clothes for occasions ranging from the medieval festivals to 18th and 19th century balls. She has been obsessed with this lifestyle for almost 2 years. Her obsession started when she first got her vintage blue autumn coat. The vintage style really does look awesome on her. Would you like to try a couple of vintage outfits? Share with us in the comments below. Lulu Hashimoto. All girls have been a little obsessed with dolls as children. but Lulu Hashimoto is a bit too obsessed with them. So much so that she literally looks like one. She is practically a human Barbie. This kind of dressing up actually very popular in Japan, and it's called kigumuri. It means dressing up as a mascot, and in this case, a doll. The Lulu bodysuit designed by Ko Ueno has taken this art form to a whole nother level. The suit comes with a wig, a mask, and stockings painted with doll-like joints which allow a human to move about looking like a cute doll. Even though there is only one costume that Lulu wore, many people have worn that same costume, including dancers, designers, and models. The already famous Lulu is now competing and turning heads at the annual Miss ID beauty pageant, and we hope she wins that title because she deserves it. Lomico Johnson. There are two ways you can live when you are born different than most others. You can either embrace the uniqueness with pride, or you can live in shadow. It's safe to say Lomico Johnson chose the first option, and now she is one of the most beautiful women you'll ever see. But it wasn't always like this. Being born with vitiligo pushed Lomico into a deep depression. She even attempted suicide. She first spotted a small white spot under her arm, and it just kept growing, and someday it would turn her skin completely white. She used to spend hours covering herself with makeup and long-sleeve clothes just to step out. Everything changed when her fiancé Philip told her that he loved her no matter how she looked. Fast forward a few years, she was now a 37-year-old model, business owner, and mother of 4. She also has 2 grandchildren, and we can bet she is the coolest grandma they could ever ask for. Mariana Mendes. Of all the places a person could have a birthmark, the face is the last place anyone would want it. That's precisely what happened to Mariana Mendes. People often mistake the black mark for a face tattoo, and she has no problem flaunting it as one. The people from her own town of Juiz de Fora, Brazil, used to say the mark was ugly and strange. Little Mariana had to go throughout 3 laser surgeries to reduce the congenital melanocyte nevus as she was getting bullied at school. After years of struggle with her appearance, she decided just to embrace it. The now stylist assistant even started modeling to show off her unique look, and the world is thankful for it. Ophelia Vanity. While some women struggle to look like themselves, some go in a completely opposite direction trying to look nothing like themselves and more like someone else. Ophelia Vanity is another stunning example of a human Barbie who went to extreme lengths to achieve the look. Half Chinese by birth, Ophelia had to get an eyelid surgery done to look like her Western idol Barbie. She also got a rhinoplasty and gets monthly Botox injections and fillers to maintain her human Barbie look. If you think it's a bit too much, think again, because Ophelia is not even half done in her way to transformation. She said she also intends to get her breasts and rear implants, bleach her skin, and remove 4 to 6 ribs to get a Barbie-like tiny waist. Thanks to her extreme looks, she has more than 70,000 followers on Instagram, where she admitted she had self-esteem issues and she still struggles with it. Momoko Karita. Have you ever heard of Korean race queens? They are promotional models as part of the pit crew and usually very attractive women. But when a 12-year-old does this kind of modeling that previously only adults took part in, it's bound to raise some eyebrows. That's exactly the case with Momoko Karita, who made her first appearance at the 2016 48th MFJ Grand Prix. The kickstart of her career was filled with gossip and backlash regarding her age. Many thought dressing a child in provocative clothes and putting her in provocative poses is absolutely ridiculous. However, Momoko claims she wasn't forced into doing any of this by her parents, and she does it because she likes it. After that race queen gig, many major brands contacted, and now she's balancing her life between studies, modeling gigs, ballet lessons, and hobbies like piano, guitar, and gymnastics. Even with all the controversies, her career looks great so far. Ivanka Danisova. Born different, Ivanka Danisova from Slovakia can finally hear and chew properly after struggling with underdeveloped bones on the right side of her face since birth. Ivanka has a syndrome called Goldenhar syndrome, a congenital defect that causes abnormalities on one side of the face. She has undergone 4 difficult surgeries to achieve the results. She's the first European to get the procedure done. Ivanka's birth was out of the ordinary to begin with. The 30-year-old is one of triplets who is fighting her craniofacial fight. She has been bullied throughout her life for the condition. Instead of letting that bring her down, she decided to fight back and posted her pictures on social media to raise awareness, and others followed. Her pictures hiding one side of her face started a trend where others did the same to support her and others suffering from the same condition. Caton Stickles. Being born with genetic deformity sucks, but some people have turned that inconvenience into something truly admirable. One such unbelievable woman is Caton Stickles. Born with Schmitz-Ficarro syndrome, or the cat eye syndrome, she has an appearance that looks nothing like conventional beauty standards. This rare genetic disorder causes facial deformities and defects, among other complications. According to the National Institute of Health, only 1 out of every 50 to 150,000 people suffers from this condition. She is an advocate in the beauty industry for people with disabilities or genetic or chromosomal abnormalities. Stickles starred in a gorgeous editorial for V magazine, shot by world-famous photographer Nick Knight, and the end results are breathtaking. She is now a well-recognized model, and rightfully so. Amber Guzman. Living like a doll is picking up a trend, and nowadays we see more and more women dressed up in full-on doll attire. One such woman is Amber Guzman, or more commonly known as Amber Kohaku-chan. She is a model and a cosplayer who has more than 60,000 followers on her Instagram. Amber got into cosplaying after muscular dystrophy took away her ability to be a tattoo artist. She has worked many other jobs before she found her passion to be a cosplayer. She started her modeling journey with Hot Topic and has not stopped since. Amber also has lasting relationships with Anastasia Shapinga and Venus Palermo, who also live more like dolls than humans. Lucy Biolot. Among all the painful conditions a person can have, the recessive dystrophic epidermolysis bullosa is one of the worst. The condition makes the tiniest friction against the skin to shred it off violently, causing painful blisters and wounds all over the body. That's the whole life story of Lucy Biolot from Santa Fe in New Mexico, USA. As a child, she used to hide behind layers of bandages to avoid horrible infections and, most importantly, bullying from people. People even asked such rude questions such as if she was in a horrific accident or mauled by a gorilla. But now she is more confident than ever and started modeling to show off her skin. When she first revealed her scarred skin to the world, she was a bit nervous. Surprisingly, instead of judging her, the world saw her skin as beautiful, and now she catwalks on the runway just like any other model. She has proven that beauty is not just skin deep. Amy Brooks. Some people make difference by their work, and some are just born different to begin with. Amy Brooks is a little bit of both. Born with a rare disorder that affected all of her limbs, she was abandoned at birth by her mother. She began living with Richard and Janet Brooks as their foster child at the age of only 8 days. They already had 4 other children, and she quickly became the 5th child and a permanent member of the Brooks family. Amy can do most of the daily work herself by moving in a wheelchair or scooting on the floor, texting with her lips or sometimes tongue if she needs to send it fast, and writing with a pen held between her head and shoulder. If she ever needs any help, that's where Logic comes in. Logic is a 9-year-old black Labrador Retriever service dog. The friendly little fella helps Amy with fetching things from the floor, opening doors, or flipping light switches. The courage and determination that the woman has is mind-blowing. Ella London. Yellow is the color of happiness and optimism. We all like a pop of yellow in our closets, but Ella London is known for her deep-rooted love for the color yellow. She is known as the Yellow Lady or as Miss Sunshine, which she prefers more. She stays covered in yellow from head to toe. Ella's wedding was one of the most iconic weddings of all time. Her love for yellow didn't come by accident. Her father, who had passed away when she was only 2 years old, also loved yellow. He even painted the windows and front door of their house yellow. Yellow also goes with her late father's happy and jolly personality. So when Ella's fiancé suggested the yellow wedding theme, the only thing that was in her mind is why she wouldn't think of it sooner. Since the wedding 10 years ago till now, Ella London and yellow have been inseparable. She can rock yellow like no other. She's truly one of the most unbelievable women in the world. Yana Knyazeva. Yana Knyazeva is the queen of flexibility. She can do poses in her warm-up that will make anyone's jaw drop way down to the floor. Look at this pose where she puts one leg way up toward the ceiling while another supports her body with her torso twisted at an insane angle. The most surprising fact is she is only 15 and she already won an all-around title at the World Championships. It wasn't easy for her to be this flexible. It takes a lot of balance in every aspect of a gymnast's life to achieve this level of fitness. She now has a coach who has trained multiple Olympic champions, Irina Viner, the wife of Russia's richest man, Alisher Usmanov. It's only a matter of time before we see Yana fetching gold for her country at the world's greatest show. Rattanaporn Kaliasi. Having a kind of cancer sucks, especially when it leaves a permanent mark on you. Rattanaporn Kaliasi was living like any other girl until bone cancer hit. The disease was first identified in her body when she went to get treatment for a simple toothache in South Korea in 2015. She had a tumor and needed surgery, but the doctors couldn't do it because of how big the tumor was. She needed to get chemotherapy to reduce the size of the tumor. Instead, Rattanaporn decided to go for herbal medicines and alternative treatments to keep herself fit. Not so surprisingly, that did not go well and her situation got worse. When she posted the pictures of her condition on Facebook, people were skeptical and said the photos were fake. Later, she posted a video of herself on the same Facebook page, Jenny Yu, confirming that she really does have bone cancer, and it was deformed the whole left side of her face. Rattanaporn can't see properly with her left eye and has breathing problems. Many people since have sent her moral and financial support, and she is grateful for them. Natasha Ensenosa. Natasha Ensenosa is the fuller version of human Barbie. She is also one of the tallest women with the longest legs you'll ever see. She was born more blessed than different. Her gorgeous figure made her an internet sensation. Natasha Ensenosa is a fitness model and personal trainer with a breathtaking curvaceous body. But even her fit body wasn't free of complications. She had to give up ballet lessons because of her kneecap injury, and she could also have a heart attack due to high cholesterol. Instead of letting those bring her down, she got motivated and started hitting the gym and eating healthy. Long story short, she now has 441,000 followers on Instagram, all admiring her unbelievable transformation. Hannah Rose Dalton. No need to panic. Even though you may find it hard to believe, she is just a human being with a weird sense of fashion. Hannah Rose Dalton is gender non-binary, a thinker, a teacher, and a transhuman. She was born in New Zealand and grew up in Montreal. When she met Stephen Raj Bashakaran at a sewing school with the same distaste for the ordinary, they bonded like no other. Stephen was born in Montreal but lived most of his childhood in Guyana in an oppressive environment, surrounded by extreme poverty. When he moved back to Montreal, he saw it as an opportunity to express himself freely, and together they created Fecal Matter. The picture of Dalton with yellow reptile contact lenses, pink wigs, vein-like marks streaking down the faces, and shoes made out of prosthetic flesh is a part of their artistic expression of something and everything out of the world. They intend to inspire other people to have a freedom to express themselves however they want. Hannah and Stephen make one hell of a duo together. Carmen and Lupita. Twins share deeper connections than most other siblings, but Carmen and Lupita literally share a bond like no other. They are joined with each other from the chest to the pelvis. When they were born in Mexico like this, doctors assumed they would live 3 days maximum. But as you can see, they are still here, stronger than ever. It wasn't easy though. They each had 2 arms but 1 leg. So in order to function properly and walk, they needed physical therapy. Now Carmen and Lupita can walk and move about effortlessly by Carmen controlling the right and Lupita controlling the left leg. They also have their own hearts, lungs, and stomachs, but they do share a liver. Carmen and Lupita are still under strict medical observation and haven't left America since they came at 2 years old for medical reasons. They are now healthy adults and the queens of many hearts. Which one of these unbelievable women surprised you the most? Have you met many admirable women in your life? Share with us in the comments below. Like always, if you enjoyed it, be sure to give us a big thumbs up and leave us some love in the comments section. To keep up to date with all of our awesome videos, be sure to hit subscribe and turn your notifications on to never miss a thing. Until next time, do take care of yourself.